Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Tom Turner.
And I'm Melissa Tyra, and here's what's coming up on the programme today.
The end of an era. As Salford Red Devils are liquidated, we're live at a fan favourite pub to hear the latest on the future of the club.
Manchester Central Library are on the hunt for old Piccadilly radio tapes from listeners. Strike Up the Band, a Salford Parks bandstand, may soon be back to its once polished state.
But as you can see, the heart is a bit aged and it needs some funds to be able to renovate it.
And dash on through the snow, the canine catch-up spreading Christmas positivity. First to Eccles, where Salford Red Devils Rugby Club have entered liquidation following their hearing with HMRC. The company, which owns the team, Salford City Reds Limited, was issued with a winding up petition by HM Revenue and Customs in May.
The club was officially wound up today with debts believed to be around £4 million in a hearing that lasted 1 minute, with the club unrepresented in court.
Lily May Cooper is at the Dog and Partridge in Eccles with fans. Lily, what's the mood like down there?
You might be able to tell that I have changed locations. I'm no longer at the Salford Community Stadium. Instead, I'm at a pub called the Dog and Partridge in Eccles. I'm joined with Dennis Riley, who is the owner of the pub, and a member of the Salford Red Devils 1873 supporters group, and he's also on the Supporters Trust Board. So, Dennis, could you first of all tell me a little bit about the club's history with this pub?
Yes, the club history goes back around about 10, 11 years, when it started off with about 15 of us going on a little minibus to away games, and we got bigger and bigger because we didn't have the fans didn't really have a base, because we moved from the Willows down to the Salford Community Stadium, and there was no real pubs around there. Obviously there's one there now, but years ago there wasn't. So we just thought we'd make our own fan base here, and it's grew stronger and stronger over the years. We do all the away trips for the fans to go away on coaches, etc., and it's been very successful.
Okay, and if we go back to the liquidation, which was announced earlier today, did you see the decision coming or not, and how are the fans feeling about it now?
Yeah, as personally myself, we did see it coming, because obviously I'm a member of the 1873 group, which we've been working very, very hard on this. We did see it coming, and we was still devastated about the news. Obviously it's still a shock, but we're glad it's out now, and it's glad it's done with, and now we can try and move on now with the Phoenix Club and get going again.
And talking about a Phoenix Club then, what are your hopes for the next 3 years?
The next 3 years, obviously I want to win the lottery, so that'll be a start for us, I think. No, but going back, we need the right people in to start us again, not a quick fix. We don't want to quit someone there for a quick fix, thinking they can make millions out of a rugby game. We ain't going to make millions out of a rugby game. People know that, who know the sport, know damn well you can't make that sort of money. But the fans will back them, and that's the most important thing for me as a fan, saying to the rest of the fans, you need to back this now, 110%. Because that's the future now, and we need, we've got a chance. Not many teams get a chance to start again, and hopefully we can.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much, Dennis. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Lily. And with just Christmas around the corner, children of all ages are waiting to see what Santa has brought them, but due to the cost of living crisis, Christmas has became a luxury that many people can't afford.
Charity Cash for Kids are trying to change that this year by providing toys for children less fortunate. Charlie Sutton tells us more.
The warehouse of the charity Cash for Kids, who provide presents to children less fortunate, should be full of presents, but unfortunately they're struggling with empty shelves this year. Leah, the charity fundraising executive, explained the charity's goals.
Our aim is to ensure every child in Greater Manchester has a gift to wake up to on Christmas morning. So many families struggle to heat their homes, put food on the table, that Christmas is a luxury they can't afford. So we ask the general public across Greater Manchester to either collect gifts, fundraise, or kindly make a cash donation.
Due to the cost of living crisis, there's been an increasing number of families needing help and less people with the funds to help donate. However, Cash for Kids are still aiming to provide gifts for over 37,000 children and teens in Manchester.
We have seen a rise in applications come through our doors this year, so we have accepted gift applications for over 37,000 children across the 10 boroughs of Greater Manchester, and we have seen that obviously lots of people are struggling for the cost of living crisis, but we have promised those children that we are going to give them something to open on Christmas morning.
To achieve this goal, Cash for Kids have partnered with Rudy's Pizza, where you can exchange a toy which will be given to a child who would otherwise go without for a pizza. I spoke to Olivia, member of Cash for Kids, who told me about the importance of this partnership.
So initiatives like this are absolutely amazing for us. We really solely rely on donations from the public to fund our shelves and fund our initiative, and without them we wouldn't be able to give our Christmas presents to the children that need it most.
Despite their success so far, their warehouse is still full of empty space, with 32,721 children still waiting for a gift, with the shelves for babies and teenagers looking especially bare.
But we really do see that the babies and the teenagers really do struggle. Our shelves are currently empty for those ages. So if you are thinking about picking an extra gift up this Christmas, we would love it if you could focus on those ages.
Hopefully, with the help of the public, everyone can have a Merry Christmas. Charlie Sutton, Quays News.
Now, it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year.
But for those who experience domestic violence, the Christmas period can make an already difficult home life feel even more unsafe.
Katie Louise Buxton joins us now to talk about the issue here in Salford. Hi, Katie.
Hello. Yeah, so according to The Guardian, around the Christmas period, rates of domestic abuse rise by 15%. Now, just in Greater Manchester alone, there's been over 71,000 reported domestic abuse crimes just so far in 2025. Refuge report that once a week, 2 women are killed by a partner or ex-partner.
That's horrible. And why is it that these rates tend to go up over Christmas?
Financial pressure, alcohol on tap, pressure to create the perfect Christmas, all of these could relate to a steady rise in domestic violence. But Ruth Davison from Refuge has said that Christmas is meant to be the most wonderful time of the year. But we know for women and children experience domestic abuse, it is far from this, and it can be a frightening and isolating time.
It's awful, and obviously you mentioned Refuge there. If people do need help, who can they contact?
Yeah, so they can contact Refuge. They run the National Domestic Abuse Helpline. They can call them on 0808 2000 247. That's open 24 hours a day, every day. But Greater Manchester Police also have specially trained officers working over the Christmas period. So they're urging victims to come forward by contacting 999 in an emergency or 101. Now it is really difficult and people are at home more over Christmas, so if they feel more comfortable they can contact Greater Manchester Police using their live chat feature.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Now, with Christmas around the corner, it's important that we look after one another during a time of togetherness. A local suicide prevention charity called Jack's World have been holding special sessions.
They want to bring people together to spend the evening partaking in activities to raise spirits.
Our reporter Sevi Jakovsky has more.
Not everyone celebrates Christmas in the same way, and some don't celebrate it at all. I'm here at the Salford Lads Club for a festive gathering hosted by Jack's World charity, where people come and share their stories. Jack's World is a suicide prevention charity established in memory of Jacob, who tragically died of suicide almost 3 years ago. Jack's World was founded to support young people who may face significant challenges as they navigate life. Their mission is to provide emotional and practical services, helping youth access career and education advice, music production resources, and mental health support.
In terms of, let's say, personal growth, I've already gotten kind of a lot better from where I was at before, and I kind of understand how suicidal thoughts can impact people.
Jack's World aims to raise £50,000 to establish Jack's World Studio, a safe, supportive space where young people can receive guidance on careers, university applications and music production. They also offer emotional health support with therapy, counselling and mental health first aid, ensuring that no one feels alone in their struggles.
My mental health has improved dramatically, to be honest. I leave the house most of the days. And I'm so much happier, and I don't think so I've ever been as happy as I am now.
It was easy to see that people got out of their comfort zone very fast once they got to know each other and take part in activities together. I asked some people after the session what are their messages to anyone struggling out there.
Whatever you're going through right now, it might seem like the end of the world, but actually it's temporary. It can be a 5-year temporary thing or a 10-year temporary thing. It's still temporary. So don't put a permanent solution.
Don't be afraid to put yourself in a room with a few other people, because especially like this, there are people here who really understand. You know, they've been through a lot of what you've been through, or they know people who have, and they know how to cope. You know, so don't think of these people as strangers. Think of them as potential friends.
If you feel you're invisible, you are not. You are important, you matter, and you deserve to be happy and have a good life.
This time of year can be joyful for some and painful or lonely for others. If you or someone you know have been affected by mental health issues, contact your local mental health services. Severin Jakowski, Quays News.
Thank you, Sevi.
Now, a park in Salford is aiming to restore their 1930s bandstand to bring the community together and help encourage playing music.
They've raised thousands of pounds already raised from a crowdfunder helped by match funds from the City Council. Oliver Sykes reports.
This Green Flag award-winning park in Walkden, recognised for its welcoming and well-managed space, is unique as it's home to one of only 2 bandstands in Salford parks. From what was a bustling attraction in the park where concerts would take place most weeks, to now needing urgent help, Parfall Park may soon get a refurbished bandstand, something a local brass band group say was at risk of demolition.
There was some indication that they were going to take the bandstand down.
Oh, really?
And then they would just replace it with a concrete plinth. But that would take the heart out of this park. But as you can see, the heart is a bit aged and it needs some funds to be able to renovate it, to bring it back to its former glory.
Tony is chair of one of Britain's longest established brass bands, and he has known this park all his life. He welcomes the crowdfunder put on by the council and friends of the park.
I think councils these days are very strapped for cash, and some people may say, well, why are you wasting money on just a bit of metal and a bit of wood when it could be used for a social services centre, or it could be used for a food bank. But it's essential that places like this we maintain as a community, that we put money in, but the council also put money in.
The Friends of the Park described the works needed to the bandstand as urgent to stabilise the condition and stop it deteriorating any further. Some of the works they wish to see fixed include the roof, fascias, repainting, concrete base and the reinstalment of power supply.
If we get the money, the council will get the urgent repairs done, and then we can get it used more, and then in the future we want to working with the council, try and apply for some further funds or grants that will help to restore it even more.
Having already raised thousands of pounds, the crowdfunder ends this week. The page's donation total sits at just over £14,500. Oliver Sykes, Quays News, Salford.
Thank you, Oliver.
Manchester Central Library and Manchester City Council are on the hunt for tapes from old Piccadilly radio listeners.
It's part of a mission to digitise the radio station's history, which includes an exhibition that's currently taking place at the Central Library. Our reporter Kira Aston tells us more.
Tapes. The only way you could record the radio towards the late 90s, and if you recorded a Piccadilly Radio or Key 103 show on one of these or a vinyl, then Manchester Central Library and Manchester City Council want to know. Tapes of old shows on the station, now known as Hits Radio, are missing, and the library is looking to digitise them to add them to their archive and the current exhibition being held at the library. There's a particular push for tapes with live content.
What we don't have much of is the live recordings, and most of the tapes that we have don't have the jingles and the adverts as it was listened to by the public. And so often what people really want to hear is their favourite DJs, whether it's Dave Ward or Susie Mathis or Phil Wood. That live stuff that they put out through the day and at night isn't well represented in the archive. And so what we're hoping is that we can get some tapes in that people recorded at home on cassette, just to fill out the collection.
When the tapes are received, they'll be converted into digital files and end up here, where people can come and listen to them. Now, if you'd excuse me, I've got some important business to listen to, so if you could just... Thank you. Before they appear in the exhibition, though, their audio has to be extracted, and this is done by using 8 different old tape players or vinyl players. If a vinyl comes in and needs a bit of restoration, they're first put in a food dehydrator to restore the vinyls to their full quality. Why, though, is there such an interest in Piccadilly and Key 103 tapes and not any other station?
The main thing about Piccadilly is that it felt very much, I mean, I'm, probably writing their jingles for them, but it felt very much like a Manchester station. The journalists, particularly people like Susie Mathis, were very popular, very connected into people like Dave Ward, Mike Shaft. They felt very much part of Manchester's scene, really, whatever you think that might be.
The deadline for tapes is the 31st of December when the exhibition closes, and details of how to send them are on Manchester City Council's website. Kira Aston, Quays News, Manchester.
Thank you, Kira.
Our Christmas has come early to Manchester and has brought a dozen furry friends along with it.
Jingle Paws is an event by Pup Up Cup which is set up to help dogs and their owners socialise throughout the winter period. Although the event is full of cute jumpers and plenty of cuddles, it does a lot more than just celebrate Christmas.
For many people, especially at this time of year, spending time with dogs and each other can be a real lift. Our reporter Molly Horton went to the event to find out the deeper meaning behind this festive fun.
Christmas in Manchester has gone to the dogs, literally. This is Jingle Paws, the travelling Dachshund Christmas tour run by Pup Up Cafe, and it's back in Manchester after wagging its way through the north. And it's all about tiny legs, cosy jumpers, big personalities and even bigger hearts. But beyond the costumes and the cuteness, this gathering means a lot more to the people who have come along. Faith and Macaulay know that the winter months can be tough, but when they rescued their dog Molly, she completely helped change their lives for good.
Well, personally for me, she helps a lot with mental health and stuff like that. She's very loyal, she's always there when I need someone to be there. And then Faith Cabby. She gets mail at the house, she's really nice as well.
Yeah.
She's always there.
Yeah, she is lovely. It's lovely coming home after a long day and you've got someone happy to see you, even if he's asleep. I think there's nothing more therapizing than being with animals. I'm a massive promoter of that. I work at a farm and I see the difference it can make for people getting outside and going to a farm and seeing animals, and something like this would be amazing.
According to Your Pets Daily, 83% of Brits agreed that their dog has positively impacted their mental health. But it isn't just the owners who benefit from this, the staff do too. Marcus, the organiser of this tour, is seeing what joy his company brings to people.
Yeah, we started, our first event was in Devon 7-8 years ago. It's always been part of it. People meet up afterwards, go for dog walks and things like that. The small businesses we have along have been coming along for years now, which is really nice and fun. We're trying to build a really nice community as well as pay the bills. Especially with certain dogs as well. Dachshunds are not antisocial by nature, but they like their own breeds.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that come along to our Dachshund meet specifically, it's the only socialisation that they do with other dogs because they're not a fan of bigger dogs in them. Definitely helps with socialisation. Excuse to get out in the winter as well. The venues are always nice and warm too, which helps.
And with the tour continuing across the UK, there's plenty more joy to spread, one tiny paw at a time. Molly Horton, Quays News.
And thank you, Molly.
Now let's return to our main story tonight. The news that Salford Red Devils have been wound up at a specialist company's court.
Salford crashed out of Super League last season after a horrid campaign in which they repeatedly made late wage payments and failed to fulfil a fixture after a mass player exodus.
We can rejoin Lily May Cooper now, who's with the Red Devils fans at the Dog and Partridge in Eccles. Lily, have fans there had chance to digest the news?
A quick recap for you after it has been announced that the Salford Red Devils are going through the liquidation process. This all happened after they amounted £4 million worth of debt due to issues such as unpaid tax bills, star players leaving, late staff wage payments and being relegated from the Super League. It also went to the extent of players and staff being paid through loan companies. It's a sad end to the day for the Salford Red Devils fans here, but hopefully there's a chance for a Phoenix club to rise up in the new year.
Thank you, Lily.
That's all from us for today on Quays News. You can keep up to date on our socials at Quays News.
We're back tomorrow with a lunchtime bulletin. For now, it's thanks for watching.
Goodbye.